Jasmine Crockett says that illegal Hispanics are only here to pick crops and do jobs that no Americans want to do, like clean filthy hotel rooms. Could you imagine if Donald Trump or a Republican said this? The world would literally explode. Let's jump in and see what she had to say.
Are sending your kids to college to go and work on them. Okay, well, guess who is working the farms? So that you can afford your food.
So that you can have food.
So that you can have food. Now, how many of you are looking to send your kids into hospitality after this college education so that they can go and make the beds at the hotels? How many of you are planning to send your kids to college? Because that's what we do here. We send everybody to college. How many of you are planning to send your kids to college so that they can then go and build these houses? So the reality is that so long as we live in a capitalist society, there's always going to be someone or a group of people that will do work that some of the rest of y'all don't want to do. These are the people that are really making us great in this country. How many of you are sending...
Yeah, she realized what she just said, so she had to try to clean it up and say, well, these are the people that are really making the country great, which is a total lie. Illegal immigration pushes wages down for blue-collar workers. Whether you're Hispanic, Caucasian, Asian, whoever you are, if you're here legally and you work in a blue-collar field, the more illegal immigration you have, the less wages you're going to make. And if she really cared about illegals like she claims, she'd want them to come here legally so then businesses wouldn't take advantage of them and pay them a decent wage. They wouldn't be human trafficked, sex trafficked. There wouldn't be 600,000 kids missing at the border that the cartels are making trillions of dollars off of trafficking them. But she could care less about anybody other than herself. This whole notion that Trump has a war on Hispanics is a Democratic lie that all the Democrats push. Being an illegal has nothing to do with being Hispanic. There are illegals from Europe, Asia, Africa, and obviously Latin American countries. So this whole spin that Democrats do, and all they're trying to do is to make legal Hispanics angry so they vote Democrat. And these Democrats could care less about illegals from South American countries or Mexico. They just look at what she just said. This is how she really looks at you. You're just here to pick my crops. You're just here to do my laundry. I don't care that they're taking advantage of you. Your company's paying you $8 an hour because they know you don't have the right paperwork. I could care less about you, and she just lets you know that. Wake up. Another thing that I love about Jasmine Crockett is she's positioning herself to be the head of the Democratic Party, and the more she talks, the better off it is for Donald Trump and Republicans, because with her in the limelight, all it's going to do is to keep securing Republican victories in all the elections as long as she's around. So keep up the great work, Jasmine Crockett. Sarah McBride, a congressman that's a man that likes to walk around in high heels and dresses with fake boobs. He's mad that Republicans are calling him a him and not a her and a she. He then proceeds to call Republicans bizarre and weird, which is kind of ironic. Let's see what he has to say.
I appear to live rent-free in the minds of some of my Republican colleagues. I wish that they would spend even a fraction of the time that they spend thinking about me, thinking about how to lower the costs for American families. I wish they would spend a fraction of the time that they spend thinking about me, figuring out how to make government actually work better, rather than making it work worse in order to prove that government can't work. They are obsessed with culture war issues. The Republican Party is obsessed with culture war issues. It is weird and it is bizarre. And the American people deserve serious legislators, serious elected officials who are focused on bringing people together to deliver real results for the American people, not to play games and not to engage in schoolyard taunts.
Could you imagine being this twisted that he thinks that he is on everybody's mind because he's in a dress and heels? No, you just look ridiculous. And people don't want to be part of your delusion, and they're calling you sir and mister, which they should. And I got bad news for you. You can cut it off. You can put it in a crab trap. You can throw it in a dumpster. If I took your DNA, you're still a man. and this culture war that you claim, the only reason why Donald Trump is so involved in the culture war is because you're ramming your nonsense down everybody's throat. You have no issue with somebody like you going into a kindergartner's class who is an activist telling another family, you're not even the parents of these children. You're talking to their kids about your sexual preferences. You see a little boy playing with a doll and you're telling him, well, you might be in the wrong body. You can switch genders if you want. And not only that, we'll make laws where we'll let you decide at 5 if you're going to cut your penis off. So that's why Donald Trump and Republicans are so-called obsessed with the culture war, because we had it with psychopaths like you and your garbage. That's why. It's just like he stands there. I'm in everybody's mind. I live rent-free in all your heads 24 hours a day. No, you don't. You're just sick. If you want to be sick behind closed doors, when you go home from work, whatever you do, whatever your sexual preferences are, however you want to get dressed, whatever you want to do, that's fine. It's none of my business. But don't expect me to go along with all your delusions and your sick fantasies in your head that you're actually a woman when you're a man. This guy always makes his rounds on podcasts. I don't even know this idiot's name. All I know, he's on every podcast. He hates every white person. He wants them all dead. He's a pathetic pile of you-know-what. Let's listen to his pathetic story today. He's just absolutely pathetic.
White people really crack me up. So, y'all see what I got on. So, when I travel, like vacation and stuff, or time off, man, listen, I ain't trying to pack a whole bunch of shit, so I color code. So, everything in my bag is Texas A&M. So, sometimes it might be all Astros, all Rockets, all Texans, all Alpha. So I'm walking. White dude says, "You a fan or did you play?" I knew exactly what he was talking about. I said, "Excuse me?"
What was he talking about?
He goes, "Oh."
You see the way he said, "Excuse me"? I would have told him, go F yourself. As soon as I would have said that and he would have, "Excuse me," I would have said, F you.
He said, "What you have on? Are you a fan or did you play?" And mind y'all, I got on Aggie shorts, maroon shoes.
Wow, what a
Okay?
story.
I keep it simple when
Can
I
we get
pack.
to it?
All I said was, "No, I'm a graduate." And I walked off.
Wow, that's his big superiority story. He asked me if I played or a fan. I said, "No, I'm a graduate." And I walked off. Like, you're proud of acting like a little fat woman? Is that what you're proud of? Because you're pathetic. Every podcast I've ever seen this piece of garbage on, I think to myself, why is he on this? And they could only be doing it for views because they know he's going to make a total effing fool out of himself like he just did right here. Here, I have a better idea. Put all the Texas A&M football stuff down. I'm sure there'll be an LGBTQ event within the next 3 months. They're always having a parade for something. Get yourself a hat, get yourself a t-shirt, and go from there. This is the video of the day where everybody's losing their minds about. Looks like a Hispanic or Asian man in a class is choking out a black girl. They're fighting about something, then he chokes her on a desk. So let's jump into the video.
Why she talking out on baby? Why was this fucking crashing out on me? A hydro flask is crazy work, man. Oh no! Oh no, baby! Bro, tell the guy, chill the fuck out, damn, nigga. Oh, yo! Damn! Nigga, knock him out! Knocked out, bro! Yeah. She's knocked out, bro. She's trying to hit that nigga.
Now, before everybody loses their mind, I heard him tell her 4 times, "Get off of me." She's grabbing his shirt. She won't let go. Do I think it's okay that he slammed her head into a desk and she's knocked out? No, that's not what I'm saying. But all these girls and women of all races, they all have this thing, right? Because feminism has made them believe like they're so tough and I'll just get in a guy's face and punch him if I don't like him. I don't know who's teaching you this, but it's not a good idea. Men are born stronger than women. And majority of the time, 90% of the time, if a woman tries to assault a man, it's not going to go good for the woman. Physically, I don't care how it sounds or what you've been told. You could take a below average man that is not strong, and he's still pretty much stronger than the strongest woman. You're going to have rare exceptions. And you can blame all the feminists and Meg Thee Stallion and all you other idiots that promote this garbage with all these females thinking I'm going to get in somebody's face, yo, and all that other garbage. And then when this happens, everybody loses their minds. Again, I didn't say it was right that he knocked her out cold, but you hear the kids say, get off me, stop crashing out on me, let go of my clothes, and she won't let go. So what did you expect was going to happen? I mean, you could blame you know what? You know who you need to blame for this? The feminist movement and all the rap garbage that teaches women like that they can be men and act like men. If you want to act like a man and be a man, and you want to be confrontational with a man that's not your boyfriend or brother or whatever, and you put your hands on him in the street, guess what? It's probably not going to end well for you. Live in reality. So now all the pro-Hamas, Colombia trash are self-deporting now that their visas are getting revoked. They don't want to end up in Gitmo where they belong. Too bad. Colombia rioter Ranjay Srinivasan self-deported after a student visa was revoked. Let's check out the video. You notice when they're not in groups of like 500 on one, or they don't have their faces covered, how they act like coward, scared little roaches that they are. I'm about to be held accountable. I got to run like a coward, like a roach. Get all this trash out of the country. You want to support terrorism? You don't belong in this country. I give a shit who you are. That goes for Europeans too. You know what, Trump? If you find Caucasianoids at these colleges that were born in America, let's say the kid's Irish, his name is Jimmy Fallon, and he's a pro-Hamas garbage dumpster supporting terrorism, you should trace his roots back to his homelands and drop him off over there, just like you're doing to everybody else. Hey, let's keep it fair. Let's not discriminate. It's up to me. I'd get rid of all the trash. A teacher named Fernando Bustos put a camera in the girls' locker room. He had over 400 images of girls getting changed. I don't know why he's not being charged with child pornography. The parents go absolutely crazy at the high school. These parents all over the world need to keep the same energy for all the trans pedo weirdos in your kindergartner's classroom who are grown men in dresses with heels on, demanding that your kids call him, her, and she. Keep the same energy for him. Let's jump into the video. Enough's enough already. The reason why I'm showing you this video is it's very important. You know, this needs to go on in every town, in every community. When you find out that some pedophile is in your school system, there needs to be more of this. The community needs to start holding the schools accountable for the people that they let work there. And just the school just saying, oh, we handled it, that's not good enough. You need to go to the meetings, the PTA meetings. You need to show up at the school. You need to tell them, listen, we're going to sing Merry Christmas. We're not saying Happy Holidays anymore. You're not going to put pedos in our classroom. You're not going to put trans weirdos in our classroom. All the BS is going to stop, and we're not putting up with it. There needs to be more of this. This is the last video, and I'm going to jump in to see what the greatest American to ever live, Donald Trump, is up to. There was a big fight at a Glorilla concert last night. Go figure. Looks like we got some jiu-jitsu right there in the blue jeans. I don't know who that kid is with the white shirt on and jeans. He's twerking in the middle of the floor like a girl. Whoever his parents are, I'm sure they super embarrassed. But if you're proud of that, you failed as a family. Twerking like a woman. F out of here with that garbage. So more lies that Democrats like to spin is that Tesla's, the company, and Elon Musk are basically going bankrupt. He comes out today with Donald Trump and he tells America and Americans that Tesla production is about to double in America. So that can only mean one thing, that people are buying Teslas.
As a function of the great policies of President Trump and his administration, and as an act of faith in America, Tesla is going to double vehicle output in the United States within the next 2 years. Double.
Big deal. That's great. Thank you. And by the way, he makes one car. This one I don't understand. This one I don't want, but that's okay. Without a steering wheel, it comes out next year, right?
Yes.
Explain that, please.
Yes. Well, the Cybercab starts production in Texas next year, and it's self-driving. We have so much confidence in the self-driving nature of it that it will actually not have a steering wheel. It will not have pedals. It'll either self-drive or not drive at all, but it'll self-drive.
President Trump, and I'm going to pass on that particular.
As a function of
I mean, I don't understand how somebody could be this smart. How do you design something? How do you design a car where you don't have to drive? No pedals, no steering wheel? Are we in the Jetsons? Like, did somebody do any DNA research on Elon Musk? Like, is he an alien? Seriously. The FBI is also addressing surge in swatting against conservative media. Several high-profile conservative figures, including Gunther Eagleman and Sean Farish, have reported being victims of swatting, incidents where false emergency calls led to police responses at their residences. The FBI, led by Director Kash Patel, has acknowledged the trend and stated that investigations are underway. Swatting involves creating a hoax situation that can lead to dangerous confrontation with law enforcement. I wouldn't expect anything else from Democrats and liberals because that's all they do is create chaos and destruction. That's their nature. They can't help themselves. The FBI can see a camel in Egypt fart, but they can't trace back a number to a liberal swatter that needs to be in a mental asylum. No, of course not. Everything is difficult when it comes to Republicans and conservatives getting justice or being treated equal. Then all the rules go out the window. Trust me, I'm very familiar with it. That's why I make these videos. You just want to poke the bear sometimes? No problem. I don't care if anybody listens to me. I'm going to make these videos to the day that I die. You know why? Because I can't stand Democrats and liberals. Liberalism is a disease. And after what you did to Donald Trump, if they will go after Donald Trump, we're all just roadkill in the road. So do your part.